ajá tí ó sọnù. Yes, that's what I want to remember. Ajá tí ó sọnù kì í gbọ́ fèrè ọdẹ. Yes. Now, who is the hunter and who is the dog? The government, that's our leaders. They are the dogs. Okay. We are the hunter. We have the power. The totality of power belongs to us. A dog cannot be greater than the hunter. You go into the forest to hunt, you want to get something, get food, get things, acquire everything you want.
Apologies for that breaking transmission, and the program is still Searchlight on Oluyole 98.5 FM. We are looking at the spread of banditry into southwest Nigeria and the threat to the education sector. My guest is a public affairs analyst. He is the National Coordinator, Peace Advocates Nigeria, Elder Johnson Ajilore. Now, before we went on that break, Elder Ajilore, you were trying to explain how we allowed ourselves to walk into this banditry hostage situation, and you are making this analogy between the hunter and the hunter's dog.
Yes, thank you very much. The hunter and the hunter's dog. You see, when you make a slave the master, he turns around to make everyone a slave. Okay. When you make your dog, when a hunter makes a dog his master, he makes the hunter a dog. Oh. So this is the situation, that the dog will now hold the hunter hostage. The totality of power belongs to the people, and we every 4 years, we put this power in the hands of those that will lead us to get to where we are going.
Those that we trust.
Those that we trust. But today, as we speak, they have turned this around. I remember the book of Jeremiah in chapter 50, verse 33. It says something. It said, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, they were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast and refused to let them go. All that the Bible says all that took them captive held them fast and they refused to let them go. He said, but their God, their Redeemer, is mightier than them. You see, we are under oppression. There is no doubt. Hostage taking is another way of saying you have come under oppression. And when you look at the issue of oppression is the experience of widespread systemic injustice. You see, when you allow it to spread, when you allow oppression to spread it from the northern part of Nigeria, when the trouble, kicked off in Borno, we were shouting Sambisa Forest, Sambisa Forest, Sambisa. We are not talking of 5 years, 10 years now. Decades. So we were shouting Sambisa forest, thinking that Sambisa is far away in the heavens and in the heavenly places, and we can never get to southwest care from Bonn. It spread, continue to spread.
So Sambisa is here now.
Sambisa, our own Sambisa is here. Our on the top hill is there because of our stupidity, our stubbornness, our blindness, and our inability to use our brain, our inability to use our brain power that God has given to us, the inability of our leaders. I'm talking of within the southwest. I want to say something. I brought this Advocates of Peace Nigeria. I want to say what I said on 11/11/11. That's November 11, 2011.
Okay.
When I discovered that Nigeria was going in a particular direction, I quite remember. I was on here like this. I was younger than this, and trying to organize, and of course I organized it. Our organization, when I say I'm talking about our organization, organized it. And let me read just a few portions of it.
Okay.
It will throw a lot of light to where our Sambisa, I mean how we entered into our own Sambisa in the southwest, either ignorantly or otherwise. Now, Advocates of Peace was established by 11 concerned citizens of Nigeria on 11th November 2011. History. I want to believe that the kind of organization that we organize combines the power of humanity and divinity to improve the quality of relationship between people and power in order to ensure good governance, progress, and peaceful coexistence among Nigerian nations. Now let me jump. That okay. History and posterity will hold good people responsible for folding arms and keeping silent while evil thrives. Since 2011, while evil thrives, while evil spreads. And I put it here, that stories abound everywhere that Nigeria is moving in a particular direction. The Washington-based think tank Fund for Peace, published its failed state index 2009, listing Nigeria, that's the giant of Africa, among the 15 most vulnerable nations on the globe. And I was shouting this in 2011. Since 2011, we were shouting and jumping from one story to another. Today, our Sambisa is there. And how do we get out of this Sambisa? In the past, we were shouting fuel scarcity. It was fuel scarcity. We shouted fuel scarcity for decades until learning. That's when we have fuel scarcity and all this stuff. Until Emefiele and Buhari came, and we entered into naira scarcity. Naira scarcity. We were using money to buy money. We were using money to pursue money, and until eventually we entered into school scarcity. Schooling scarcity, education scarcity. Oh. Now, school scarcity. Parents will not have preferred fuel scarcity to education scarcity. Our children can no longer stay in school. The public schools, even those ones in the private schools, they are living in fears, in doubt, highly traumatized. In fact, the most painful aspect of it, you know what, is the trauma that these little ones are passing through.
They are forced to grow up very quickly.
They are forced to grow up very quickly. They are forced to imagine the unimaginables. At a tender age. See the kind of pains that we have inflicted on these young lads.
We, Elder Ajilore.
We the leaders, the people, those that have been in the forefront. Now, how do we save our future? In fact, the major question that we should be asking ourselves now, because there is need for us, what's on the ground now, consider that we find the courage to face the future in the southwest.
Okay, we'll come to that, the way out and saving the future. But I still want to ask you, you have mentioned so far, and for what I can decipher, you are blaming our complacency, especially in this part of the country, for the Sambisa that has come to us now. But I want to ask, is this again the reason our country has become the key destination and nesting ground for terrorists from all over West, North Africa, and the Middle East? They are all here now. Talk about ISIS, talk about ISWAP, talk about Boko Haram, the local ones, Lakurawa and all that, and even those, like I said, those that are coming from all over North Africa, West Africa, the Middle East. Why is our country the favored destination for this kind of people?
Thank you very much. A farmer, a good farmer, we always look for a good ground to sow.
Okay.
So Nigeria has become a breeding ground for terrorism. It has become, yes, after they have watched us for years. They have looked at our leaders, the kind of leaders that we throw up every election, year, the kind of characters, that will bring about what we celebrate in them, those that have that do not even have the capacity to lead at all. We bring them on board, and they know where they take us. So by the time they mark our leaders, okay, from Abacha days, let me even start from the military, from there, how we were treated, the kind of values placed on human lives within this space, until we now enter into this so-called democracy.
The soldiers weren't tolerant of these terrorist elements when they were ruling Nigeria.
What I'm saying is this: is that as we are, making efforts to enter into democracy space,
okay,
they know the role that the man Abacha played. I tried, to change from military to civilians, the kind of the game he played until Babangida and all the stuff. Then the democracy, came up. Now we had President Olusegun Obasanjo. That was in 1999. His performance is there. The principles, there. We handed power to him, and because it is principle that principle that turned power to performance, we can mark how he had performed. Then from Obasanjo to Yaradua of blessed memory, Kunodu, then Goodluck Jonathan and all the stuff, and how they performed. Look at it. Now, during those periods, if you check, globally, what we call global terrorism index.
Okay.
Global terrorism index and crime index as well. We discover that right from especially around 2011, this 2011, in fact, because something stirred up my spirit in 2011, something strange stirred up my spirit to put this thing in place. I will drop this copy with you. You will read through. So if you look at our global terrorism index, right from 2011 to date, you will discover that our ranking has moving from maybe 8th position to 6th position, then from 6th position now to 4th position in 2026. Right behind the Pakistan, what's his name now? I'm trying to remember the two other names now before we occupy the space, the fourth position. Even Afghanistan is not among. So we are worse than Afghanistan today. So our Sambisa is here, even right here in the southwest, and that's why I almost wanted to jump into the solution. And another thing is this: ever since we entered into this kind of democracy, you see, what will have saved us was not there to save us. It is the law that will have saved us. We will have legislators. Since we have these three, what's it called? The three set of the arms of governments, the federal, the state, and the local. You say the law that will have saved us, was not there for us. And where there is no law, there is no justice. And where there is no where there is no justice, that is in other words, where there is no justice, then there will be injustice. So where you have injustice, when injustice becomes the law, because once there is no justice, then injustice will become the law. And now when injustice becomes the law, resistance or revolution becomes a duty. Now resistance and a form of revolution has become a duty for majority of those that we see in the forest, because of the lawlessness of our leaders, because of the high level of injustice, because of the kind of money that will be collected, that they collect on monthly basis. And what? How did the world be squandered? Why? Because you have refused to obey the law of the land. So it's a very sorry stage. And one thing is that when resistance and revolutions becomes a duty, destruction is unavoidable. Destruction is imminent. Now, and to save us from this destruction, because education is becoming getting destroyed. Just yesterday, I think it's yesterday now, Kogi, what happened in Kogi? A vice principal was killed. All right? While we are still grappling with the station here, even within the southwest.
Hold on, Elder Ajilore. I'm struggling hard to process what you are saying here, and I hope I'm not getting you wrong. You seem to be sounding like the Sheikh in northern Nigeria, the controversial Sheikh Gunu. He would always come up with arguments to justify, in a subtle way, to justify the actions of the bandits. You said that these are people reacting to the situation in our country. If I'm getting you right, that these people are reacting to the situation in our country, that they have seen our leaders misbehave, mismanage the country, and maybe that is why they have taken to the bushes, and that is why they are doing what they are doing, the breakdown, the failure of the system, systemic failures. I don't know if this is what you are saying. That's why I said you are beginning to sound like the Sheikh.
No, I don't know. No, maybe because I've not landed. You see, you see where I'm going really is that it's all about this. Is that law. When I'm talking law, who handles a law? They are the leaders. Leadership is everything. And leadership now, as in politics. I'm talking about as in politics. Until we know that, what I'm saying is that until politics, is fixed in any human society, nothing else works. Everything, the law we're talking about, and say where there is no law, there is lawlessness and injustice. I'm going to where politics now comes in.
Okay.
Why we have refused, how we have refused to fix our politics, and we expect everything to work for us. The kind of politics we play, politics without principle, politics where you can have your 1 feet in APC and have another one in Labour or in PDP, and we will still be clapping for you without principle. And we give you power based on trust, based on principle, expecting the power to turn your principle to performance, expecting that at the end of the day we will have peace. This is exactly where I'm going. I'm not promoting terrorism or promoting legalism and all the stuff of violence, and I'm not justifying violence. And there is no reason for any violence. There is no reason for violence if our leaders have been able to put their hearts right, because leadership is like I always say that the first requirement for leadership is the capacity to think. A leader who cannot think is not qualified to be called a leader. A leader is called a leader because he's able to see ahead of time. He has the capacity to combine the power of insight and foresight to see ahead of things, to see that there is a danger. We have been shouting, restructure this Nigeria. We have been shouting about restructuring. I remember 2018. We took a risk. Our group took a risk. It was a coalition of civil society organization. We trekked from Lagos to Abuja. Real trekking, well documented, for out of this Sambisa issue in the southwest.
And Elder Oluyole, going by recent happenings, more recently, the Oluyole school attack and abductions in Oyo State, and yesterday's bloody raid on the school in Kogi State, which you have mentioned, and the shutting down of schools in parts of the south and other parts of the country due to fear of attacks. Now, why do you think these bandits and terrorists, kidnappers, are increasingly targeting schools? Now, is it just about the ransom money, or do you think there's a certain broader agenda on the part of their sponsors, the details of which we are not yet sure?
Yeah, you see, they have their strategies. You know, it's looking like as if these terrorists are becoming smarter than us in intelligence. So they discover that people are always afraid anytime they strike anywhere. I mean, deadly blow to see, and they look for soft targets, vulnerable groups. Like students, young people, schools, worship centers where you have women, where you have old people. You remember our church attack where they killed over 40 people, looking for the vulnerables. Because they know that this, most especially the young ones, they know how much value we place on these young ones, and how it's going to, and that they know that the moment they keep on threatening them and threatening the nation, fear will erupt. And when fear comes, that's the end of it. Because fear is a magnet of disaster. Okay. So they keep on, threatening us constantly. Why? Because constant threat induces fear. Nothing can make you fear until you are threatened. And I'm even holding this present, even the present government and you call it the past government, responsible for all that we are passing through. The poverty trap that was set for us, the deprivation trap that was set for Nigerians, and they entered into it, and it became the multi-dimensional poverty that has enveloped us as people, has made all these fears, all these threats, fears to become another thing, and so we have become an easy prey in the hands of terrorists. So
it's not about some powerful elements.
There are still
education.
There is this. We have two groups. We can divide this into two areas. Like the Boko Haram, when they started, it was the Boko Haram because of their ideological. What's it called? They are ideological fighters because of their ideology.
Education is sinful. Education
is Boko Haram. Education is alarm and all the stuff. It's different from this banditry.
Okay.
Who are out majorly to make money. All right. Who are violent? Yes, they are their own ways of operation is different from the way Boko Haram sees things and operates.
Okay.
Their own violence activities, all right, by kidnapping for ransom, rustling cows, territory occupation. So they have their own goals and their agenda through which they make money through violence means. But the only thing where they come together, that's Boko Haram and these bandits, where they combined to achieve what I call a synergistic effect on the operations that they are carrying out in Nigeria, is because there is this is no longer a hidden agenda. There is an imperialistic agenda of conquest right from the time of all their forefathers. All right, and they have to spread this agenda to everywhere and every area that they know that is comfort and everywhere possible, including they were not considering the Southwest, because they will look the Southwest almost look too sophisticated for them to handle. But they had to penetrate the Southwest through the North Central. I'm talking of, invasion from Plateau, Nasarawa, Abuja, Kogi, Kwara. Now
who are
to Oyo. I'm talking about the terrorists. I'm talking of the terrorists now.
Okay.
All right. So as they have brought this into our doorsteps, then the onus is on us. The onus is now on our leaders. Is now on the generation of the people. It's all on all of us. Like you, I think after the news, because I say security is everybody's business. So security will not only become everybody's business now, but because each time I listen to people talk about security these days now, it's all about lamentation, grumbling, and not knowing what exactly to do. I told somebody, I don't know where was I then. I said, look, it is better now that we stop grumbling. Instead of grumbling, let us now assemble. Let the grumble stop.
Okay, talking about assembling, Elder Ajilore, now, who are we assembling against? Now, why do I ask this question? I've always been against reading religious or ethnic coloration into the activities of these bandits, insurgents, and terrorists that have been troubling our country. But remember that ex-President Obasanjo some time ago, during the immediate past Buhari administration, did mention something about what he referred to as a planned Fulanization agenda. Now, with what is currently ongoing, should we believe this, or should we just all come together, as you have said, as Nigerians, to deal with common criminal but powerful enemies that could well cut across ethnicity and religion?
Please come again in the last.
Okay.
That's the last phase.
President Obasanjo, he sometimes ago during the immediate past Buhari government, he mentioned something about what he referred to as a planned Fulanization agenda, talking about the Fulani. And what is currently going on, should we actually believe this, or should we just all come together as Nigerians to deal with a common criminal but powerful enemies that could well cut across ethnicity and religion? And like I said before, I've always been against reading religious or ethnic coloration into banditry or insurgent or terrorism in this country.
Fulanization agenda. Then coming together to
fight a common enemy. But
I
want to believe it's about the Fulani. I want to believe it's about certain elements, which is what I've been trying to
say. Yes.
Certain elements that do not mean well for this country, and they could well cut across every.
Yes, you are very correct about certain elements that benefit, heavily from it, and is among this ruling class. You find them among the ruling class. The former president, Goodluck Jonathan, told us, remember, that the Boko Haram or terrorists are even members of his
cabinet. He said they are members of the National Assembly,
and they are all there truly. Many of them are governors. Many of them are members of the National Assembly. Many of them are deep necked into it. And the government has even come out to tell us that we know them. We know what they want. We know where they are. But they don't have the courage to do what? To go after them. But they will now turn onto the helpless Nigerians to say, when you see something, you say something. The government saw something that they know. They know them. They said they will know them. We know their names. We even have the list. But they cannot say it. They are afraid. Now, you see, when I was talking about leadership, I was saying, how come that all this, insurgency, all this terrorism, everything just spreading the way it's spreading? You see, leadership is not a job for those. It's not a job, but a calling for those.
Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. You are on to Searchlight.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello. Oh.
Hello.
Oh, so sorry. You can't hear us. Well, Edajilo, I also want to ask, because our time is fast spent. Now, if these terrorists and bandits, if they have that strategy and agenda to continue to monger fear by attacking soft targets, especially schools in southwest Nigeria, then are we not giving the enemies of this country and the enemies of Western education exactly what they want? I mean, through the strike action and school shutdown embarked upon by the Teachers Union in Oyo State over the Oluyole abductions, I am of the opinion that by shutting down schools in protest, we are giving them exactly what they want, to monger fear among us. And so I don't know, is this the way out, shutting down schools and killing education ourselves?
Shutting down schools. You see, he who shuts down schools opens the prison yard. Well, and this is exactly what they want. And great leaders don't wait till tomorrow to save tomorrow. Because that tomorrow may be too late. That tomorrow may not come. Shutting down schools. For how long? For how long? You see, I remember what Chief Oluyole, Obafemi Awolowo, of blessed memory, said when he took a look at Nigeria and declared that our stars have been dimmed by incompetent rulers. Our stars, we have even refused our stars to go to school now. The future of tomorrow
So
have been dimmed. What we are saying now is that shutting down school for how long? Until we take the bull by the horns. We know what they want, and I was saying something yesterday. They will be counting my fellow comrades will be counting hours now. This is what I said, because tomorrow is
June 12th.
June 12th, Democracy Day.
Anniversary.
I said something. I will do 24 hours. 48, 72 hours. That if government failed to get these children, these abducted children and teachers, if they failed to get them out of the dungeon.
You mean the Oluyole abductees?
The Oluyole abductees. That it will speak volume. It will be an indication that this present government is it, I'm trying to manage my word now. Okay, because I don't want to whip up some sentiments, because the kind of emotional strangulation that we're going through as people, as we speak, especially in the southwest, is unimaginable. And that's why I said, okay, I will recommend for southwest, maybe as we are rounding up, that southwest, we need to declare. It might be a yearly thing, and just, give me them this free of charge. That we need to declare a Southwest Security Awareness Day. Because consciousness without awareness, because many people are conscious that yes, we are in trouble, that the insecurity is there, that our Sambisa has come, but the awareness is not there.
Okay.
And consciousness without awareness will lead to total destruction.
All right, Oluyole, our time is fast spent, and we have to go. Well, our thoughts, like you said at the beginning of this program, with the families of the traumatized abductees in the Orire local government forest there in Ogbomoso. We pray for their safe return, and that they will safely return to us, even as we mark the anniversary of June 12 tomorrow. All right, it's been Searchlight on Oluyole 98.5 FM, and we've been discussing the spread of banditry to southwest Nigeria and the threat to the education sector. My guest is a public affairs analyst, a seasoned public affairs analyst. He's also the national coordinator of Peace Advocates Nigeria, Elder Johnson Ajilore. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It's been an interesting time on Searchlight, and we will be back same time next Thursday by God's grace. My name is Tola Teriba, your anchor on the program. Bye bye.